Hey, it's Carol here for my Feature Stamp Tuesday segment, but today is going to be more of a tip than an actual stamp feature. And what I'm doing is I'm taking various word stamps and I'm going to combine them to make one stamp. My focal stamp that's in the center says a little note just for you. I'm using the grid underneath to help me keep my stamp straight. And what I'd like to do is arrange these words around the focal stamp to make a square. And I'm choosing stamps that correspond to what might be in a note to someone. So I'm just doing that, arranging these, picking and choosing these words, and I'm also picking some arrows and some circles and a starburst to kind of complete my square. I could certainly fill the entire acrylic block, and maybe I'll do that on the next one, but for right now I'm just trying a small square. Now I just want to test out my stamp and see how straight everything is. Looks like I need to straighten up some of these arrows, so I'll do that and test it again. And I think that looks good to me. So now I'm taking this 4 1/4 by 5 tall card, and I'm taping off the back of this card because I don't want to stamp onto the back of it. And what I want to do is take this stamp and offset it and stamp all over the entire front of this card. I'm using Tim Holtz Distress Inks, Spicy Marmalade, Peacock Feathers, and Dusty Concord. And while you're watching me do this, I noticed that my hands look extremely ashy in this video, but actually what I do sometimes is I put powder on my hands because my hands are oily, and it helps me not leave prints and handprints all over my work. So you might want to try that if you have that problem. Now I'm going to be taking some watercolor paper, and I'm stamping. This is 90-pound watercolor paper, and I'm stamping it with with embossing ink, and I'm going to be putting clear embossing powder over top of it. These coffee filters are magnificent for catching this embossing powder and putting it back into the container without it sticking. Now I've used some Tim Holtz Distress Stains, the same colors as I used on the back, and as you can see, that embossing powder acted as a resist, and then I just cut it away from this paper and popped it up with some foam tape on the back. And that's it, easy peasy. So why don't you give this a try and let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching my channel, and if you like this video, please let YouTube know and click that thumbs up button. See you next time.